Hello friends, and welcome to today's video, where we're going to talk about the BOYZ' new album, which is Fantasy Pt.1, Christmas in August. So I got out one of my copies of Reveal, and I love this album. I don't know if I've talked about this in the past, but I love this album. Like, look at it. Look at the cover. Look at the red. This is, I wouldn't say the sexiest album I ever owned, but like, there's just something unnatural about it that has me enthralled. Anyway, just to go over this video is going to work. I'm going to run through the track list, give you my thoughts on each song, and then I'm going to give this album a score out of 10 at the end. However, I do have some disclaimers before we continue. Disclaimer number one, this album came out yesterday, like it is currently Tuesday as of me filming this, and I've heard it a handful of times, but my opinions on all of these songs very much may change over time. Second disclaimer is of course my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because, as the mug always says, music is subjective and that is great. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, we can get started. And first up, we have the title track Lip Gloss, and it happened. It happened. It finally happened. The BOYZ have officially released a title in this decade of the 2020s that I actually like. Actually, like, this song is so good. It's giving such fun summer pop, and I'm so into it. Like, I would say it makes me feel like I'm vibing on the beach. However, that could also just be the music video. Speaking of the music video though, I want someone to do something for me. I need an educator, not an educator, but like a professional, what's the word? An intellectual. That is the term. I need an intellectual to study why the horniness of the BOYZ feels different than other groups. Like, I feel like the BOYZ horniness has a distinctive quality that makes it different than the horniness of like Monsta X and ATEEZ, and I just want that studied and I want to understand it. We're getting off track. Back to the song, starting with the verses. They're excellent. They're both really bright, really fun, and I really enjoyed them both. That said, I do have some lyrical questions because, to my knowledge, there are multiple members of this group who speak fluent English, and some of the lines cause me some questions. Question number one, kiss like they do in French? Not in France, in French. Okay, the other one, I want to make it love like a milkshake. That feels like a cum joke, and that itself feels like a crime. Anyway, the pre-chorus is also good. It slows the song down just enough. Like, it doesn't go too far. It doesn't mess with the flow of the song as a whole. It does just enough, and I really appreciated that. As for the chorus itself, it is excellent. Like, it's a lot more toned down than a lot of the BOYZ' more recent choruses. However, I haven't liked any of their recent choruses, and it really works well here, so I think we need to keep the toned down vibe. Now, in spite of all of the praise that I've just given this song, there is one part of it that I don't like, and that's the bridge. This bridge kind of sucks. However, I have gotten into the habit of just skipping the bridge, like just skipping the song, like the rest of it, when the bridge starts, so it's not that deep. Big picture though, this is not the BOYZ' best title. I still think their early work is some of their best work, and by a wide margin. However, I haven't actually liked a title from the BOYZ since 2019, so I'm going to consider this a major win. On to the next song, which is Passion Fruit, and I'm a little obsessed. I'm a little enthralled because this song is so good. The background music does a lot of the heavy lifting for that. This background music, it's so unique, and it's so cool, and it's so funky, and it's so good, and I just adore it. The verses are a bit more complex, though, just because the first verse is fine. The first verse I enjoy. It is the vocal verse. It's great. The second verse is where the issue actually is, because that's the rap verse, and Sonu is talented in his own way, but he's not my favorite rapper. His rapping style is really just quite often a no for me. It's not that it's bad, he just has a very unique relationship with his flow, and by that I mean I don't like his flow. That isn't to say Sonu can never do a good rap. Like, the bridge in this song is amazing, and his rap there is great. It's just when he tries to be more of a stereotypical boy group rapper that we reach the core problem, because the stereotypical boy group rapper sound of the modern K-pop day sucks. So whenever anyone really tries to emulate it, it sucks. As for the pre-chorus though, it's stunning. It's stunning. I loved it. There's something about this pre-chorus that I absolutely am obsessed with, but I can't quite figure out what. The chorus, meanwhile, is absolutely incredible. It's excellent. It is potentially a little bit on the hornier side of things. However, the BOYZ horniness, as previously mentioned, intrigues me. It intrigues me in an intellectual way, so I'm willing to give them a horny pass for now. Also, for what it's worth, this is a unit song. For those who know me well, know I love a unit song. I don't care if your group has 5 members or 15 members. I love a unit song. I love when groups give me interesting combinations that I might not otherwise see. So this song gets an extra credit for its unitness. Next up is Lighthouse, and hear me out. I enjoy this song now. However, it did take a little bit longer for this song to grow on me. I think a big part of that is just that the song sounds like a bad song from the BOYZ. It's not bad. The song isn't bad, but it gets a little too close for comfort. On to the song itself, though. As previously mentioned, I enjoyed this song. I will say the verses are excellent here. The first one, no surprises, I really liked it, but I will also give credit where credit is due. Sonu's rap in the song is very good. As for the pre-chorus, it's perfectly fine. I have no complaints about it, really. It's just not giving a ton, and it's on the shorter side. The chorus, though, that's where my fears really come to a head. The second half is exceptional. I do not have any fears about the second half. The second half is gorgeous, and I loved it. The first half is where I am scared, though, because I feel like the first half is a second or two away from just becoming Thrill Ride, and I don't like Thrill Ride, so that worries me. As a whole, though, this song is good. I enjoy it a good amount. I just need to learn to get over my fears. Anyway, up next is Fantasize, and I want it on record. I want it on record right here and right now. I love this song. I love this song. I love every part of this song. This song is just giving everything I could have asked for. It's giving banger vibes without going too far. And at this point, I don't really trust the BOYZ to try doing a full-fledged banger because I'm scared they're going to go too far. Well, let's actually get into the song itself, shall we? Starting us off, as always, we have the verses, and the second the first verse started, I was enthralled, because the first verse is absolutely amazing. The second verse is good too, don't get me wrong. It's just a lot shorter than the first one, it just doesn't really compare. The pre-chorus, meanwhile, is stunning. It builds really well into the chorus, and I adored it. And speaking of the chorus, my god, does this chorus fuck hard. Like, I swear it has demonic effects on me. I think I blacked out the first time I heard it, and I realized I came back to reality having the time of my life. To summarize, I love the song. I love this song. It is easily one of the best songs the BOYZ have put out just in general, and by a wide margin, one of their better songs they've put out recently. Okay, we reached the penultimate song, and also my favorite song on this album, which is Fire Eyes, and it's immaculate. It is immaculate. It is pop perfection. It is incredible. I am obsessed with it, and I have been listening to it on loop. Starting with the background music this time, this background music is excellent. Like, it's just so bright and fun and makes me feel like summer. I don't know how I, a human, am feeling like summer, but it's doing it. Also, that outro background music, I don't even know who created that, like within the creators of the song. I don't know who's specifically responsible for that, but I love you. I love you with all my heart and soul. On to the verses, because they're amazing. The first one starts out pretty chill, but it just builds throughout its runtime, and if you know anything by now, you know I love when a song builds. Like, I love feeling the song build. The second verse, meanwhile, is very fun too. I was jamming my heart out to it, and between the two of them, I don't even know which one I like more because they're both just so good. As for the pre-chorus, it is incredible. It is masterful how well it flows into the chorus. And speaking of the chorus, it is a summer pop icon. I love this chorus so much. I had the time of my life listening to this chorus because it's just amazing. The bridge, though, that's the best part of the song, if you ask me. My jaw dropped the first time I heard this bridge, and even now, I'm still very much affected by it. Like, this bridge is a work of art. It is a work of art from God. It is a moment. Alrighty, last but not least, we have Fairy Tale, and this is our obligatory ballad on the album, or at least it's the closest thing we get to an obligatory ballad, and it's nice. It's pretty. I enjoyed it for the most part. I will say I could have done without the raps. I don't think they needed to be there, although to be fair, I don't think 99% of more vocally based songs need a rap, and I think we as a society definitely need to learn that. Rap aside, this song is quite good. However, there are more ballady songs, both from the boys and definitely in general, that I like more than this one, and that I would definitely listen to long before I listen to this. But that is all I have to tell you about this album. So with that, it is score time, and overall, I'm gonna give this album a 9.2 out of 10. Now, this is not the boys' first attempt at a summer pop album. The last summer that didn't have an album from the boys was 2020. However, their last few summer albums, and really just albums in general, have all been more or less a miss for me. This one, though, I greatly enjoyed this album. I've added multiple songs to the album music. I've been listening to it pretty consistently for the past 36 hours or so. Plus, I didn't dislike any song, which I know doesn't feel like a super high bar, but for the boys, that is tremendous progress, so I'm going to consider it a win. So yeah, 9.2 out of 10. But that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know what your favorite song is. You can also like and subscribe if you want to, or don't. I will be okay either way. And down in the description, I'm going to put all of the boys' reviews that I've done, but also I'm going to put my history of the boys. It's a bit old, it's a bit outdated, but it's like 90-ish minutes, and I just run through their history up until, like, I want to say a year ago now. It was around that time, but, like, it's fun. It's a fun time. You can check all that out if you so choose. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!